Hello everyone, so this is going to be kind of an example solve video, but one where I have not seen the scrambles at all before this, so it's going to be completely from my point of view. I'm going to try and explain everything that I'm doing, and yeah, hopefully we see some cool stuff, but either way, I hope and I think that this should be useful to people. And yeah, so this is going to be my Thursday video for the week, and next week we'll hopefully have the three-style transition video. I wanted to do a bit more canvassing of some people before putting that out because it seems to be a pretty important one for a lot of people. So anyways, without further ado, let's start with three solves. So out of the box, I always take the box up with my right hand, and then I always look at where I am in the cube before I pick it up. So I see yellow top, blue front, so I know that just need to do that to get to my orientation, then pick it up. All right, instantly go to corners. Go here to here to here, and that's my buffer sticker, so we know that we're gonna be floating. And also, as I'm doing this, I'm noticing that as there's no twisted corners and there's no flipped edges as I looked there, because I was able to kind of see the whole cube. So that's good. It's not really something you have to take into consideration much, but it's more like, yay, less crappy stuff in this scramble. So anyways, TS, and then I'd usually go to UBL, P, N, G, and that's obviously U, and that's the buffer. So three corner Alex with some floating, that's pretty good. Let's go to edges, start here, here, here. Also no parity. Here, here, so that would be like GKBN, Gukban, Chef, that's the flipped buffer. So we're gonna force here to here because that's fast. So Chef Pow, and then Rov Edge, and we're done. Because remember, we sent the flip buffer piece to here, and so it makes sense that we end up here. So yeah, this is a pretty simple one, and then I would execute it like this. And then we go to corners, and I'm trying to do it pretty slow so that people can follow along if they want to see what Alex I'm using. And this one we're just kind of doing a weird turning style for the RUL. And done. So that one was pretty easy. The only kind of thing that you might have to think about was the floating corners. And yeah, pretty standard. Nothing too much to worry about. So let's move on to the next one. Ready, set, go. Right away, I see that we have white on top, red right here. So I know to go here, and then look at the cube. And so as I'm looking at this cube, I see that this is kind of set up. So if there is some sort of, if there is parity, we could do a J-perm pretty easily because a lot of it's already set up. But let's figure out if there's parity first. So we have X, B, T, V, U, A. Nice. So we can do parity first. So then we're going to have this corner over here, and we're going to do parity before we execute parity before we execute the edge comes. But because we want to memo first, we're going to pretend that this edge is actually right here, and we're going to go from here. So W, H, R, G, J, D, K, that's the buffer. I would probably do K, T, and then QT, and I'm just going to flip this. I think that's the better situation because the two algs for UF to BU to this piece, either here or here, are just kind of bad. And the flipping alg in this case is quite fast, so I think I'll just do that. So if that didn't make sense, let's hope the execution makes something better. So we have to do corners first, right, to set up for the parity. So X, B, and then we have parity, so here and a J-perm. Now some people used to like to do this. I like that too, but I also like this one, and I thought just because it's more unorthodox, I'll use it this time. And then right to comms. And then done. So that one was a bit more interesting because we do parity kind of in the middle or at the start. And yeah, that's a good technique to kind of get into because it does help force a lot of fast things, but it's also a very advanced technique. So, I mean, it's not like it's gonna make or break you. So finally, we have our last scramble. Let's give it a toss. And yeah. Okay. So again, white top, red front. And then we grip it. And here we have the buffers twisted already. So usually, well, all these, you always try and find something fast. And the fastest thing I saw, especially when I was flipping it, is this. So here to here to here. That's very fast. And this is not a good scramble because this corner goes back to here. So it looks like we're going to have some trouble. Then I also noticed that these two are just swapped and twisted. So that's going to be annoying. Yeah, this scramble sucks. So anyways, P, X, V, and then we have to cycle break again. And I would like to go here because that's pretty fast. So V, Q, F, B. And then I would probably do this, I, H, T, G. So P, X, V, Q, F, B, I, H, T, G. Not good. But edges look better, so T, X, that's very good. And then R, Q, B, G. Oh, nice. We actually have some good edge algs. And then we have a 2E, 2E. So J and D are swapped, and these two are swapped. And yeah, so we're going to set that up to a 2E, 2E, which I'll show you in a sec. Okay, so the scramble is actually quite interesting now. So anyways, execution-wise, we would always start with the edge comms usually. T, X, R, Q, then you could push like that and go directly into BG. Now the 2E that we're going to do is a setup to this case. So you have 2 swapped on here, 2 swapped up here, and it's but what we're going to do is we're going to do it on the bottom. So we're going to go like this. So now these 2 are swapped, these 2 are swapped, and then we're going to go. And now we're done. Then we're going to go into the corners. Ooh, I missed that. So these 2 are swapped like this. So that's something I should have noticed during memo, but basically I could have somehow done a setup to a triple sexy case, especially with this too. I could have done like, which might not have saved me much time, but it's cool. Anyways, let's go with what we were memoing. That triple sexy case is like a 2C, 2C. There we go. So I apologize if this video was long again, but I think that it's good to have these every once in a while just to show you what I'm thinking. Like, I've never seen these scrambles. It's just purely a live action thought process. And yeah, hopefully it was interesting. And I do promise that I will have that freestyle transition video and a lot of new exciting things outside of YouTube pretty soon, like next week, probably Tuesday. So yeah, have a good weekend, and I will see you guys at the next video.